One. Welcome to Firepit Conversations. I am one of your co-hosts, Ronnie,
And I'm Aaron.
and we are excited to have you at the Fire Pit with us again. You already know the deal, so if you haven't done so already, be sure to get your drink
And or smoke.
and come sit at the Fire Pit with us. Y'all, we are so excited for this episode. So, you know how we like to do, we always like to do a quick check-in. So, Aaron, what's going on with you, bruh?
I just got back from Nebraska. Um,
Mm, how was that?
oh yeah. Which so the owner almost killed her. She let me take that out. Let me not say that so I get a threat. She drove me crazy.
Okay.
She
Yeah, yeah,
drove
yeah.
me insane today and last week, I mean. But I didn't let that detour. Well, I did let it detour my whole trip. Let me not lie. But I always had to plan the whole week. I wanted to go to the Omaha Zoo.
Hmm.
It was voted the best zoo in America. So I was like, let me go and check this place out. And let me tell you, I had a great time.
Yeah. What was your
So,
favorite part?
oh man, so I want to take you to Nebraska and we just spend the day there and just go to the zoo. That's how great this zoo was.
Okay. Does the zoo happen to have a bar?
Um, I was on a mission. Like I had to
Okay.
get back to the store, so I didn't see any drinks, but I'm sure they did. But my favorite part of the zoo, like every place they had like a they had themed buildings.
Mm.
So like they had the one where like the alligators were. I'm gonna share some pictures on social media. I'm just trying to weed through them, but like the one with the alligators, it had it like you were walking across this almost like a wooden bridge kind of thing, and the
Hmm.
alligators were probably 2, 3 feet from you, like just loose in the, and it was just a dark in here in the room, and you got to see all the reptiles, and then you saw bats, and it was crazy. It was just dope. And then they had like a jungle room, where it was just all jungle. You walk up, you can walk down. It had different like birds, and just showed you how the jungle was with the mist and stuff. Oh, it was a great experience.
Oh, that sounds fun. I would
How
I would
about you,
definitely
Ronnie?
go.
What's new with you, my brother?
You know what? Really just being very transparent. You know, my mom right now is in the hospital.
Oh,
She is okay. She's gonna be released, but for me, every time like one of my parents gets sick, or anytime that,
mm,
we got to take them to the doctor, or, they're admitted to the emergency room, it just is a constant reminder of how they're aging. And,
right.
my parents and, your mom, they're both older. And so it's just a constant reminder that like life is for the living and we have to live our life. And so while my mom is on the mend and she's doing better, she's hopefully going to come home in the next day or two. It just reminds me to live life to the fullest. You know, do the
Good.
things that I want to do, go to places I want to go, explore the things I want to explore, while still being a responsible adult. And so that's kind of what's going on with me right now, just figuring out like what do I want to do next, whether it's professionally or personally, what trip I want to go on next, whether it's international or domestic, but just like what it's just a reminder to live life and live life to the fullest. Because
Oh,
tomorrow's not promised.
oh yeah. Hell no,
Yeah,
it's not.
it's not.
Even an hour from now, it's not promised.
Exactly.
You gotta
So
live in the moment.
you got to live in a moment
Also,
and plan for the future. And I think that's
uh-huh.
that's the
Say it again.
yeah, you
Was a jewel. Oh,
yes, you just gotta, you gotta live for today, but you gotta plan for the future. And it just always gets me thinking like what's next. And not in a way
right.
where I'm like rushing it or I'm impatient, but like what do
There's
I want to do next? Where do I want to go next? Where do I want to be ultimately? And then starting to, take little steps to get to those places. So I've reached out to my travel agent to think like start to plan trips, and I'm starting to look into future endeavors professionally. So yeah, folks out there at the fire pit with your drink or your smoke, plan for today and plan for tomorrow too.
You better tell me your plan for your trips. I be itching to go places too.
I know. Well,
I
I
get
don't.
my passport.
Yeah.
It-
Well, I don't have a plan yet, but I will definitely fill you in. We can't we're trying to think of where we want to go, um and we're trying to think like we're definitely going to do a trip in February for our anniversary, but
Right, right,
we
right.
were thinking about doing something maybe smaller over Christmas break, so maybe something that we can maybe drive to after or before after Atlanta, or after before we go to Atlanta for your birthday, of course. So just trying to think. So we're weighing some options and thinking about, oh, where's a good, like, inexpensive, quick getaway? Because
Mm,
it's been a few months, we ain't been nowhere since Puerto Rico,
yeah, I know it's time.
so it's time. So yeah, that's it. Live
It's
for today,
about
plan
time.
for tomorrow.
I hear you. I hear you,
Uh-huh.
buddy. Like I'm itching for a vacation, man. Another one. One a
Another
year
one.
don't suffice.
No, it's not enough. We like to do trips multiple times. I try to do a big trip at least twice a year
Mm,
and multiple smaller trips. And I don't include coming to visit you as a vacation. It's fun. We gonna turn up. We gonna have a good time. We'll actually be there here coming up soon
right.
for the Black Adoptee meetup that we're excited about. But more than anything, we need to plan another trip. So we got to get on our brother's trip.
Okay, we gotta get all that for real. We gotta
Uh-huh.
go somewhere fun. I'd rather I'd rather it be somewhere where I can,
You know, partake
You're right,
in
but
any extracurricular activities.
whatever. Yep,
Yes.
exactly what you say.
I got you.
Yeah. So I guess, today's episode, we're going to talk about traumatic experiences and just like life experiences that we have endured, that
hmm
might have shaped our mental, might have shaped who we are today, might have,
Mm.
can really just dive deep into, what makes us us and what
Oh
makes you
yeah.
you and what makes me me.
Yeah.
So, Ronnie, can you recall any
Uh-huh.
traumatic experience that you went through?
Absolutely. I think of one of my earliest memories and traumatic experiences. And I'll say this, I think everybody will define traumatic experiences differently.
Right.
And going back to what you said, the things that have shaped and molded us to be the people that we are today, the men that we've grown to be.
Right.
So I think of like my earliest traumatic experience would really have to be the death of my sister.
Oh.
Yeah. So my sister died when I was 5. And she was older because, as you know, I grew up the baby with all these much older siblings. And my sister was 26 when she died.
Mm.
And her death was so pivotal in so many of the things that I endured as a child. So, um, prime example, we lived in South Carolina when my sister passed away, but my sister and my mom were like the best of friends. She was my mom's youngest girl, and she was the closest to my mom. They had an amazing kind of best friend experience. Like I've said before, my mom had her kids as at a young age, so she kind of grew up with her kids. So my sister was like her best friend. And so when my sister passed, my mom really, really struggled really bad. And so, um, I remember my dad telling me that my mom was just tired. And so it felt as if she slept or was like locked in her room from the time my sister died up until the funeral. So however long
Mm.
that was, remember, I was 5, almost 6. So I don't have like a timeline, but I know it was an extended period of time that like I really just kind of didn't see my mom because she was tired. And then that led us to moving from South Carolina because my mom said she just couldn't live here anymore. She just didn't want to be here. She missed her daughter too much. And so we moved to Ohio. But not only did we move to Ohio, me and my mom, and dad, my
Mhm.
nephew, who was my sister's son, who was 6 at the time that she passed, he moved with us. So I went from being the only child in the house. I went from having this older sister that I was really close to and living in one state to moving to another state, having another kid in the house,
Hmm.
not having my sister. And I don't think that my mom has ever, even to this day, and it's been over 30 years, I don't think my mom has ever quite healed from that loss.
Right, right.
And I don't think that she could have because while trying to grieve, you're also raising this child of
Five
yours,
year old, 5 year old.
right? And a
Hmm.
6 year old that you just inherited. Because again, my nephew came and lived with us as well.
Wow.
So it's like she has to put our needs first because she's still a parent. She's a new parent to this other child, and she's trying to grieve all while trying to live and work. And, I had a special needs sister, so still trying to take care of her. It was just so much. And so for me, that's the earliest memory that I have of a traumatic experience that shaped my life. Because if my sister hadn't passed, my nephew wouldn't have come live with us. My
Hmm.
mom wouldn't have been in so much grief. And I probably would have never moved back to Ohio. We probably would have stayed in South Carolina. And that just is one of those things that changes the trajectory of your life. You just never know where you would have been, how your life would have turned out. Would I still be doing what I'm doing now? Would I still be live? Would I move back to South Carolina or would I have moved away
Right.
and never came back? I don't know. So that's just like for me, that's like my earliest traumatic experience that I can personally think of. Um,
We can get to later. We
yeah,
can take it piece by
yeah.
piece.
We can
If
take
that
it
is
by piece by piece. But what about you?
mm.
What's that one of those experiences or an experience
Well,
that
we'll go
really shaped you?
piece by piece with you, like we're gonna do with you. We'll go piece
Okay,
by piece.
okay, okay. Go
So
ahead.
we'll start. Mine was probably about 5 or 6 years old as well. Um, so mine was kind of reverse. We had just moved to the Atlanta area, Stone Mountain,
Hmm.
and I just remember at 5 or 6, I'm riding the bus home, right?
Hmm.
I think was I riding? Yeah, I was riding the bus home. I get off the bus and it's nothing but SWAT and police and everything just right by the house. So, I get to the house. Greg get to the house. This was if I was because I just got here. I was in first grade. He was in fourth grade. Okay. Um, we get to the house and we get inside. I think my mom was home this day for some reason. She was like, "Yeah, the lady across like the building just stabbed and killed her boyfriend or something like that." I'm like,
What the what?
where the fuck are we? Why are we here? So that
They
happened at
they
five.
ain't do this in Florida.
No, hell no. They were country people, man. You might have a couple racist people down there, but you ain't had no shit like that. Everybody was sticking to their own. But we did have that serial killer in Ocala, the little lady that was in Florida. I forgot her. She was like the prostitute chick. So anyway, but I remember that. I also remember being in Florida for a hurricane. I don't know if it was Andrew. It was one of those strong, strong ones, but I was down in Florida. That too. That wasn't really traumatic, but
Yeah.
that definitely the one with moving here definitely was a traumatic experience. Like it was, I mean, imagine 5, 6 years old and you mean the nigga's dead? Like he
Dead dad?
like where is she?
Look, I'm a 5, 6 year old with questions like, where is she? What do you mean?
Telling me this. She ain't in here, you know what I'm saying? She ain't in here.
Yeah.
Um, so just seeing like, I mean, coming to Stone Mountain area and I mean this shit it was first semester of first grade, I remember like that was definitely traumatic for me. And then I had another traumatic experience around that time, probably a year later. I just thought about it.
Hmm.
And I was so one day I get to school, I'm in class. They come get me out of class. Had to be like second grade because Greg was probably in fifth grade. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So they come, hey, have you seen your brother? So I
Mm.
haven't seen you, my brother. Yeah, what you talking about? He
We came to school together. What you
what
mean?
what you mean? Well, oh, he's not here. Said he's not here. Do you know where he can be? No. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? He came to school with me. He's supposed to where do you know where he could be? Yeah, he's supposed to be in his classroom. My mama ain't gonna get him. But then it turned into all day thing. They could find him. They
Yeah.
had called my mom. My mom couldn't find him. She come talk, hey, do you know where your brother? I don't know where the nigga's supposed to be in this fifth grade class. Um,
We came here together. I don't know nothing else.
so they done called the police, everybody looking for my brother.
Hmm.
How about we walk to the house? Like, let's just go back to the house. This nigga just is in front of the door,
Hmm.
not laying down, but just like sitting there, like just no one knew where he was. And so I was scared then too. That
Yeah.
little punk bitch. Motherfuckers.
Well, where the fuck was he at?
He had literally he left and walked back to the house, I guess, and stayed there all day.
Oh, he just decided he wasn't going to school that day.
Yeah, man. He decided I guess he had got suspended or something happened at school and he was gonna get suspended. So he's like, I'm just not gonna go to school.
Yeah.
I guess skipping the suspension, but now you got in more trouble. And so, yeah,
So
man.
what? How were you feel like for it to be one of those memories that is so vivid for you? Like, what
Yeah.
were you if you went back to your second grade self? What were you thinking? Like, or what were you feeling at the time?
I was scared and I was like, where is this nigga?
That was your
Where
thought,
the fuck is he?
right?
They keep on coming to ask me if I know who I am and asking me like I know something. I'll tell you something. He didn't tell me.
And don't put
Like,
my name is Bennett and I ain't in it. So
yeah, because me and Greg used to not get along. We used to fight all the time.
really,
Oh yeah, we used to fight all the time. We used to, okay, so we weren't supposed to watch wrestling. My mom didn't want us watching wrestling and all that fake shit. So we would sneak and watch it. He would be putting me in wrestling moves and shit. And we would box. Remember, I'm 2 years young. We would box and we'd put like socks on our hands. Like put one sock over your knuckle, then a sock over
mm-hmm.
your hand, and we would just box that way. It made me tougher, but it wasn't traumatic. But yeah, we used to not like each other. I
Yeah.
don't think we started liking each other to shit.
Y'all got grown or
Yeah, I
teenage?
was 18 and he was 21, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
weren't distant, but we weren't close like that. But then
Yeah.
we got close, man. We got close fast.
I love that. I
So,
love that. So out of the trauma came
mhm.
triumph. Y'all, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that a bomb.
Leave Greg alone. Shout out Greg. We love you, bruh.
I be okay. So yeah, that was my younger one. So let's go to middle age. Ronnie, did you have another traumatic experience that?
So I would really like to think that I didn't have a lot of any other trauma like middle age, but I did have one a few years after my sister passed. And this one is one that is so vivid in my memory, like
Mm,
it's crazy. So I was in second grade and um we had a friend of my mom's who spent the night at our house.
okay.
Okay. A friend of my mom's, he spent the night at our house. He did not sleep in my mom's room. He slept in the living room. But if you know my mom, but
Uh-huh.
listeners, my mom is a person who she would see a homeless person and bring them to our house. And they
Right.
might stay there for a few weeks or a few months. She's just that type of person.
Right.
So I don't know why
Shout
this
out to Mama Cookie. We want you to get well soon. But go
get
ahead.
well soon, baby. But so I don't know why this male friend of my mom spent the night, but he did. And so one of my mom's friends asked me, did this gentleman spend the night at the house? And I said, yes, he did. And so that person told somebody who told somebody who told somebody who told somebody. And basically, this game of telephone happened. So when it got back to my mom, it was, oh, Ronnie said you slept with this man. second grade at
I'm
school. Ain't know what
appalled.
happened. I ain't know
I
what
did
happened.
not say that.
Right. So I get home from school and my mom said, "What did you say to so and so?" I'm like, I ain't said nothing to so and so." Well, it came from you that this and this happened. And I said, "But mom, that's not what I said." And my mom was not having it. So
Uh,
she told me, she said, "Go upstairs, take all the comforter sheets, blankets, pillows, pillowcases, teddy bears, take them all off the bed. Then take your clothes off because I spend too much money on clothes to beat clothes. And I'm gonna beat your ass." And as I'm just like, just me, what is going on? I get upset. She said, and lay across the bed. And when I tell you I laid across the bed, she came upstairs and she whooped me like a runaway slave, whooped me. And what's worse is you can't roll around. I'm naked. I ain't got no protection on my little boy parts at the time. So I'm just sitting there taking this beat, and we're like, my mom is like literally beating me, and the clothes, because she spent too much money on them, was more valuable to her than my life. It would listen, that was my only beating I ever got in my entire life, and that was all I needed. I just to this day, it is such a vivid memory in my life. Like it really has impacted the way I view corporal punishment. I'm like, do you know how angry you have to be as a parent to tell your 8-year-old child, go upstairs, take all the stuff off the bed, take clothes off because I spent too much money on my clothes to beat the clothes, but I'm gonna beat the skin off your ass? Oh my God. Traumatic to this day. I never gotten any more trouble, never been suspended, never been expelled, never got ISS, nothing. It was just that traumatic because my mom's from the old school. So my mom would say stuff like, I brought you in this world, I'll take you out. I'll
Mm,
slap you the next week. And
mm,
after that ass whooping, I believed her.
uh,
So
uh,
I didn't want no more smoke with her.
mm,
No, you got to, but it's all you. Yep. Oh, somebody asked me, oh, Ronnie, this, I don't, I don't even know. I'm Ray Charles. I'm blind. I ain't see nothing.
that's
Helen
it.
Keller, I
Helen
ain't hear nothing.
Keller.
Can't say nothing. I'm leave me alone. Leave me out of this because ain't none of y'all was up there when I was getting my ass whooped with this belt.
It was you, her, and Jesus.
I think Jesus had to turn his back. I think Jesus said, I can't watch this to my child. Like I to this day. So even now, like as much as I think that the youth of today need a lot more discipline. I just don't know about telling my child to go upstairs, take their clothes off, take everything off the bed, and I'm gonna beat their ass. I don't know if that sit well with me. And this happened almost 30 years ago. And I've never whooped any of my nieces and nephews, any of my great nieces and nephews. I've maybe popped them a time or two, but I've never whooped them. And I've had them live with me. I've babysat. I just, I don't know if I could be that angry to do that to a child, to anybody. Like, slavery is over. And I was Kunta and she was Master or whoever, and she whooped my ass. That was like literally one of the most traumatic experiences ever. I did not even like start voicing my opinion on things until I became an adult and out that lady house
Yeah.
and on cell phone, so she really couldn't do nothing. Like that was, Ooh,
Yeah.
I'm having flashbacks thinking about it.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Oh
my
yeah.
God. Oh,
Uh-uh.
okay. Ooh,
That's PTSD, buddy.
I, trauma, post traumatic stress disorder. Yes. Oh, mm. What about you? What was like middle school, adolescent you? What was maybe a traumatic experience there for you?
I think everybody should know that. Well, I guess not everybody close to me knows about my the loss of my friend, my good friend, my brother, my partner, whatever you want to call it. Just
Mm-hmm.
the loss of him, which was unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
Your partner at 15 years old and loses his life. So that was definitely a traumatic experience for me. Um, Especially when you speak to the person the same day.
Oh,
When
yeah.
I mean, within hours of it, and um, it was traumatic, but I think also it's brought a lot of people closer.
Mm-hmm.
So this past weekend, I went to what I call my aunt, which is his mom.
Mm-hmm.
It was her birthday party, so we got to go there. Me, Rob, our buddy Raymond. So it was like really the four of us. But I mean, we don't live that far apart. Just life is life, and we don't always get time to spend together. But it was just, it was good to do that and see his mom. It was kind of sad because she has pictures with her and Chris, and I know Rob expressed some sadness just looking at the pictures because it's also pictures of him and Chris. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so, but I feel like it just brought us all together. But
Yeah.
that was definitely a traumatic experience in my life, and to this day, it still bothers me. I can't say like I have good days. My good
Mm-hmm.
days are becoming more than my bad days, but some days you just can't help to think.
Loss is so tough because, especially when you're young, I mean, it's tough when you're older, but loss is hard. It's a
Oh yeah.
hard concept to navigate around, and people don't
Right.
really talk about it. So,
Hmm.
they kind of, and then once it's over, they just kind of want you to get over it. But how did you handle that loss as a teenager?
Oh yeah, because I was 19.
Yeah,
No,
how did you
I
handle that
19.
loss?
19. No, I had just turned 20. I was about to turn 20. But
Hmm.
like it was weird because I had a lot going on. Like I had Aubrey. I had just had Aubrey. Um, and so like it made me, I was mad at the world. I was just, you mad at you don't even know who to be mad at that point.
Right.
And a point where like you just trying to be strong for everybody around. But I just remember like I was cool. I mean, seeing the body, which is the worst part when you got like the viewing, and but then I had learned the day before, well, the night before, his mother was like, "Aaron, I want you to be a pallbearer." I think that was tough, Joe.
Yeah, don't ask me to do no stuff like that. Let
That
me
was
grieve in
tough.
peace.
Right. So I had kept it together, and then by the end, like we were all getting in the car to go to the cemetery, I just broke down. I couldn't help it. I just I cried my eyes out before I got into that car. I
Hmm.
just put my head down. My mom came over. Aubrey's mother was there. Man, I was heartbroken. That was the first. So when I found out, that was the first time I cussed in front of an adult. I promise you.
Wow.
Because the nanny had said, "Oh, you didn't hear about the accident?" I said, "I sure did." And so my first thing was, man. So they were like, "Yeah, they were in an accident, and Chris died." I said, "You shitting me?" That's what I said to her. I said, "You shitting
Just
me?"
like that. You
Yeah, I mean,
shitting me.
you shitting me. I had just talked to them yesterday. I don't want to hear that shit. Now she was like, "No." And I said, "Okay, what about Rob?" And she was like, "Well, he's in jail." I said, "Damn." And
Oh,
so
that's tough.
I had three focuses. I was focused on what happened with Chris, what happened where Rob is, and then I still got Aubrey on the side.
And you gotta be there and present and
Yeah, you gotta be all of
composed.
that. But I know
Yeah.
I wasn't for a little bit. I was probably a ghost walking around. Um,
Wow.
but yeah, so that was traumatic. But I mean, like I said, it's been 20, 15 years. Been
Mm.
15. He would have been 30 this year.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it was tough, 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 tough. But
I can imagine, man.
that was my traumatic. But to this day, man, look, this how it changed me. I know how it changed me. Cause beforehand, I wouldn't be crying during a movie. I boo-hoo now during the movie now. I don't know
What
what
movie
it
makes you cry, or what is it about a movie that
anything.
any?
Anything that got sad. Man, let me tell you, the soldiers coming home for their kids, boo-hoo. I'd be crying like a little baby, man. I promise you. But I wasn't like that before. But that shit just, I'd be like,
Do you be trying not to cry? Like you be trying to hold it in?
I told you I would cry during Antoine Fisher, man. I was watching that shit. That shit made me boo-hoo too. I was like, I don't
Yeah.
cry during movies, but that shit, like, if I watch a sad movie, boy, don't watch no sad movie, man. I can hide it for a little bit, but sometimes you hit it with that double breath.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's when it's rough. That's when it's rough. Yeah. Um, funny story. My homeboy Nick. Listen, this was so funny. Princess and the Frog came out. Oh
Oh
gosh,
yeah.
15 years ago.
Mhm.
And I wanted to go see it because Disney's first Black princess.
Right.
And I was like, oh, I gotta go. But I was like, I gotta. So my niece, Malaysia, who my baby is about to be 17 now, but she was like 2 at the time. I said,
Right.
okay, let me call her mom and tell her mom I need to borrow her because it's gonna look crazy for some 20-some-year-old man sitting in the movie theater watching it. But if I got a
Yeah.
little baby, it looks better. So my homeboy Nick was like, oh, well, I want to go too. So we go to the movies. We got my baby, my niece in the middle of us. We watching the movie. And the part where I think his name was Remy, but the little firefly gets squashed on. So we sitting in the movie, right? And I hear the, that double breath. So I said, I know it's not Malaysia. Like I know she ain't. She's not crying. She's 2. She don't even know what's going on. Look over. This boy is hard down crying in the movie theater. I said, Nicholas, get it together. We is too grown to be crying at that movie. Get it together. So
Oh,
that's what you remind me of when you talk about you.
I
Hey,
ain't
but
crying.
listen, he talk about stuff. They ain't have to do him like that. I said, boy, shut up.
Right. I ain't crying during no Princess and the Frog.
You might now though. You should watch it. It's a
I'm
really
not
good movie.
watching. It is a good movie, but I'm not watching that to cry.
I don't know when they step on the Firefly. That is pretty rough. But
You
I ain't
you
cry.
you
I'm a
cried when
soldier.
Mufasa died in The Lion King?
So not as a kid, I didn't. I think I was more afraid than anything because I don't
Yeah.
like scary movies. So I think I was more afraid than anything. But I think people underestimate how traumatic movies and like it's great cinematography. I think that's the word.
But
But
as a
like
kid.
that stuff can leave a lasting impression. I couldn't watch Thriller, the movie, the music video Thriller. I couldn't
uh,
watch that until I don't know if I've still ever seen the whole thing from beginning to end. That when he turns around at the end and he has them eyes, that thing used to have me shook.
oh, you don't watch scary movies. I like a nice scary movie.
Oh no, I like to sleep at night and I like to sleep in peace. So no, thank you.
Yeah, I used to watch scary movies, scared as both. I have every light on in the house.
Yeah, and Cookie wasn't having that. So
Ah.
yeah, man.
Oh
So
yeah,
that
that
is
shit is
traumatic too.
funny.
But yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yes, man.
So yeah, that was wild. Well, I'm glad that you have taken care of yourself and
Hmm.
just in a better space because the death of a loved one is really hard to kind of move on from. So yeah, good for you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But what else, Roddy?
So we want to talk about my adult life, like adult life.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, y'all. So
Take a drink if you need to. I'm
yeah,
drinking
let me
with.
take a sip because this might get
I,
me riled up.
I
Mm.
gotta. I'm drinking a little bit.
So what's been traumatic for me as an adult, and I don't think it really started like being traumatic until um right in the midst of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
It was constantly seeing Black people slain,
That was a country
massacred,
wedding too. It was,
killed,
yep.
whatever you want to call it. And I don't care if you don't like what I got to say, people, they were slain.
That's what
It
they were doing.
it was public lynching, and what added insult to injury was the constant innocent verdicts of these police officers or vigilantes
We'll just
acting on
say
behalf,
government officials.
whatever. Though, like seeing them be uh, given a innocent verdict, like it was in front of. I don't think people understand how traumatic it is to see someone who looks like your brother, your nephew, yourself, your
Hmm.
mom, your aunt, your cousin, your grandma, whatever. Like you are literally seeing these people murdered by the people that you pay your taxes to
Right.
protect and serve.
Hmm.
And then you're expected to go to work the next day and still operate in
Hmm.
normalcy.
Right.
And then you get to it and you're like, oh, justice is gonna be served. And it's like innocent. Or, oh, my favorite. Oh, he's been suspended with
With
pay.
pay.
Or
Yeah.
the wife is still getting the benefits. And it's like, yeah, but this person, Philando Castile's daughter, don't have no father.
Right.
In his I believe she was his fiance or his wife or girlfriend at the time. She does not have that partner in life.
Mm.
And it's the Sandra Blands, it's the Freddie Grays, it is all of these people, the Breonna Taylors, like it is constantly being, we're watching this in real time, and then there's no justice being served. Like for me, that has shifted my perception on how I look at our judicial system, how
Yeah.
I look at our law enforcement system, and how I look at people who do not share all of this good melanin, how they react and act in all of that. It
No,
has shifted my perception of people. And there are some really good people in the world, and there are some well intended people in the world, and there are some really evil people in the world.
I believe that too.
And that is most problematic. I remember when Trayvon Martin was killed
Mm.
by this vigilante who wasn't even acting, who wasn't even no police officer, but we're not gonna go there. And I had to go to work the next day, and I worked in a middle school. And my eighth grade boys came to me and they said, "Mr. Jacobs, we need to. Did you see what? Did you see what happened? Like, and here I am, like this kid
Trying to
who
process it
I'm trying
yourself.
to process it myself.
Right.
I
How
don't
do
have
you
no
explain?
answers.
Yeah, I don't have, and I think that's where the problem lies. Where I'm glad we talked about it because I was gonna say that too. Um, I was at Starbucks when all that stuff was. I mean, it's been happening, but now like enough is enough. Like, come on now. Like,
Are we done yet? Like,
yeah.
are we like so?
So
Oh, so we not done? Okay, so another one's happening. Okay.
So at first, like, with it happening, we had like a whole district meeting and everything, and they were, basically telling us how Starbucks didn't want to come out and say anything, and that was at first, and then it kept going. Y'all got to remember how it was in Atlanta during that time.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
like people was as soon as they killed old buddy at McDonald's and all that, it was over with.
Oh yeah.
Like people was pissed, rioting. April and I both we went to a march, a peaceful march. It was supposed to be,
Yes. Yes.
but like it was just like enough and enough, and like you just touched on a little bit, like you had to go to work the next day, so you like, you know, I, this is where I say people don't understand how it feels to be a black male. Like, excuse me, every day you
Uh,
feel like I just want to get home. But during that time, it was so heightened. Like I really just I don't you scared to leave your house.
Yes.
Oh,
And
you
gotta leave.
but have to leave.
Yeah.
Right. You don't have a
Mm-hmm.
choice to leave. And you
Mm-hmm.
just terrified of leaving your house. Like, am I gonna make it home? You get into that driveway, you like, thank you, God. You want to get down on your knees and kiss the ground like I made it.
I made
But
it. Yeah.
like you still, but at the end of the day, you still ain't made it. Like What we had them run into old girl house, the wrong house.
The wrong house and shoot her and kill her.
So it kept me up at night, a lot of night, and then like I mean, I guess Aubrey didn't ask me a lot of questions, but like it would just be like if you have a child, like how do you explain to them, like even with the school shootings going on, how do you explain to a child that it's safe to go to school
Right,
and
right.
tell them, oh no, that's not going to happen here? But how can you say that? You know what I'm saying?
Because you
Like
don't
it happened.
know.
Cause I guarantee it, like, I mean, I know, and I've talked to you like since then, y'all have had a lot of school threats.
Oh
It's
yeah.
going on nationwide, like people threatening school. So which ones do you take serious? Do you not? But you still gotta think you got a child in that school building. And
Yep.
I told you this before. If God forbid something happened, y'all call me. I'll go get the motherfucker myself. Let me call a couple of my buddies. We going in there to get him. Like
Yeah.
you serious. Like it's just crazy. Like there should be, there should be safe places. There should be
There
a church,
there should
be
be
a
safe places.
hospital, a school. There's safe places. But then like nowadays it's like there's no place that's safe.
No, you remember when Dylan Roof, right here in Charleston, South Carolina, because baby,
Yeah.
that's where I live. Dylan Roof came into People Church. Now you know the thuggest thug, the hardest of the hardest. Most people respect the church. I ain't gonna do such and such
But
because
at a
I'm on
church.
church ground. But
Right.
catch me outside. Get me out this
That's what
parking
I'm
lot. Meet
saying.
me across the
So
street. People don't respect it, and like these are places and entities that we still want to frequent and visit. And I remember
it's like you being a target. If you go there,
your
you a
target, your
target.
skin color is the target. Like, when has me being black been the bad thing? And
Right.
it's like no matter how much right you do in life, no matter how you don't get in any trouble, like things are still
Hmm.
happening. So I remember two of the things that I remember the most is like I remember getting stopped by the police because I was speeding. So, I was speeding. I will admit that I was speeding. I
Hmm.
remember getting stopped by the police. And I remember thinking, God, just please let him give me the ticket. Like
Yeah.
you ain't got to do like listen, it ain't even all that. I'm not trying to fight you, argue with you. I'm not trying to, and that should not be a thing for me
Go
when I am
first.
paying tax for you to protect and serve me. Right?
Go.
I should not be afraid of you because I'm speeding and I got my mama in the car and I just want to make it home or make
Oh.
it to wherever I'm going. Like there was that. And then it again for me, it's school is the one thing that kind of doesn't stop, even though people think, oh, yeah, y'all off for the summer. Aaron, I work
Hmm.
almost all summer, right?
Right.
I'm going to different conferences, I'm going to different meetings, and school doesn't stop when
Mm.
these things happen. And we are expected to just operate in this
You're right.
state of normalcy. Like everything is okay. And like, I remember my supervisor one time, and I loved my supervisor. She is an amazing, beautiful black woman, and she literally sat on a call because we were on a Zoom call. Again, all of this, a lot of it was happening during COVID, and like they were asking us on the call, like, how is everybody doing dealing with the pandemic? And when a lot of our white colleagues asked us that, they were talking about COVID, and we understand that so many people were impacted by COVID, but I didn't get family members who were sick from it. I haven't gotten it, knock on wood. So it hadn't impacted me like that. But seeing this constant narrative on TV really impacted me. And it was something that my white colleagues hadn't thought about. And my supervisor was just like, I know y'all talking about COVID, but your black colleagues are not okay. Y'all want to
Yeah.
sit on this call to talk about this, that, and the third. We are struggling. And it
In
was
every
just
way,
traumatic
mentally, in everything.
in everything. And we still showing up and doing our job.
Yeah.
So,
I
and
mean, that was a weird time for America right there. It was
it
weird
still
time for the
is.
world. It was just like weird. Like even like if you could remember September 11th,
Yes.
that was weird because it was the same thing. Like if the next day,
Go to school.
yeah, it was a. What do you mean? We might be under attack. Uh, they just fucking ran planes into the World Trade Center and the Pentagon. and we y'all talking about go back to school. What if they hijack this school bus? What if they run into my school? I remember going through all of that conversation.
Yeah. It's just crazy. Like, so I think people downplay um current events and media and how it impacts our psyche and our mental. And so
Yeah.
with that, I just encourage everybody here, like if you have, and most people have, but if you've gone through traumatic experiences, be sure to seek help.
Hmm.
There are so many ways that you can get help from therapy, and it can be virtual, it can be in person. There's people who charge a lot, there's people who charge on a sliding scale. Seek help, but also if you are struggling to seek help, if you're not comfortable, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Make sure that you are doing things that serve you well. Make sure you're doing things that bring you joy and bring you peace. Find those people around you who bring the best out of you and want the best for you, and they pray with you and they laugh with you and they encourage you and motivate you. Like, just in order to be the best person that you can be, do the things that are best and right for you. Because we all dealing with stuff.
Yeah.
It's constant. We are all dealing with stuff.
Always. Always.
So that's my little spiel. Did you have another traumatic experience you want to
No,
share?
I think that was it. I was gonna say that one before you did. So I think that was a good one to just like, say, you know what, here we came together on that one. That was a
Yeah, that was good. Well, thank you for sharing yours.
yeah, man.
So here's the time, everybody's favorite part, and I feel like it's probably one of our favorite parts too.
Yeah,
It's
it's kind of comic relief and also anger, so I like it.
yeah, 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 yeah. So now we want to know what burns y'all up. What burned you up, Aaron? What is something that has ticked you off, pissed you off, in recently?
I'm just gonna say this one thing and you're gonna know what I'm talking about. Everybody gonna know what I'm talking about. 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
Oh. Did he have stock in baby oil? That's a lot. That's a lot of
I
oil.
said 1,000 bottles. Come on, Diddy. Like,
Come
come
on.
on, Diddy.
Come on. Like, can
A
you be discreet?
thousand bot. If he want to get bail, I wouldn't give him bail if he had 200 bottles of. But you got a that. You ain't nothing you can say to me, bro. You nasty motherfucker. That's all I'm gonna say. 1,000 bottles, Ronnie. Where out? You can't fit 1,000 bottles in your house. Yeah, he had a mansion, but god damn, 1,000 bottles. You could just got a couple that refilled them. Got a big with the Sam's Club or some
You
Costco.
couldn't
Got
Instacart some more when you was running
a
low. When you got to the
thousand.
last 5 bottles, you could say, "Let me get 5 more." Like
What,
1,000. That's a
right?
lot.
What are you doing? Giving them a Sharpie so they can put the initials on it? Like to keep it for later? What that? Come on now. So what
That
burnt me
that's
up
a
was
lot.
just Diddy. Diddy just burnt me up because come on, man. We already didn't like you. Everybody was talking bad about you. We ignored it for so long as a culture, but now you just come on, man. You doing too much.
And I feel
Doing
like we are still uncovering things. I
more.
think there are things that we're still going to find out. I
Oh,
think
people
that
are going
it's
down,
rough.
Ronnie. Do you
Yes.
understand? People are going down.
And it's really the people who are in positions with power, authority, and money who are like really taking advantage of their status and their resources and who they are. And it's like that's enough's enough.
Yeah.
Get your shit
But,
together.
but I feel like they're going to get him on a lot of stuff. They're just putting pieces together.
Oh
Like they
yeah.
talking about he's the Biggie and the Tupac murder. He had a little hand to deal with. Like they're getting ready to uncover a lot of stuff on Diddy. So I'm just frustrated because come on, man, you not showing black excellence right now. You the one preaching all that shit. But I
Okay.
the filth,
The
Diddy,
Phil.
the filth.
How
So
dare you?
now, yeah, the filth, bro. Like, so that's what burned me up is just him and free Young Thug, by the way, because this is it's getting at it. Y'all ain't got nothing on him. If he did it, he did it, whatever. But y'all are looking like fools. The prosecutors, like y'all just need to let him go, man.
Or
Y'all need.
something.
So, I guess what I'm saying is, what
Uh-huh.
burned me up is just
Uh-huh.
the hip hop police.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And people not, well, people being held accountable and others not, and being held accountable for stuff they didn't do. So
Yes.
just a little bit of both, I guess I would have to say. Diddy, shame on you, and
Shame on you.
Young Thug. That's all I have to say. That's what
Mm.
burned me up, Ronnie. What burned you up, brother? I know something burned me up, and he burned you up. And don't say it was something with these children. These
No, it wasn't
children
the
are our
kids.
future, like Whitney say.
Well, okay, so we're gonna touch on that. Whitney said, I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead
Uh-huh.
the way. People like to take that beginning part and forget to teach them well. If we're not teaching them well,
Right.
they can't be the
Uh-oh.
future. But that's just that. So I just had to pour me another drink because my burn up actually just happened a few hours ago.
I'm gonna drink for you.
Whew.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna keep it vague. Um,
Do they listen? If they do, fuck them.
I don't really know, but I'm gonna keep it vague. Here's what I'm gonna say that burned me up today. I can't stand a bitch, and I mean bitch in every sense of the
Ooh,
fucking
shit,
word. I
Ronnie.
cannot stand a bitch who look you in your face,
Ooh,
dead square in the eye,
ooh.
and then go and talk behind your back.
Oh, that's the worst kind of motherfucker in earth.
Now listen, I don't care that you talk behind my back. Sis,
I do. I
I don't
do.
care. I don't care about that. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because my mama used to always tell us they talk about Jesus Christ. Why you think they won't talk about you? I don't care that you talk
They
behind my
shouldn't
back.
have talked
Cool.
about him either.
They
What you
shouldn't have.
talking about?
They shouldn't have. But what I'm saying is, you talk behind my back, okay.
Mm, that's one thing. Go ahead.
But I was just in your office,
Mm,
across from my office,
mm.
and it was, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, da 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 da, white lady, da 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 da, and then you leave my site and you run and go say you got an issue with it to this person and this person and this person. But bitch, I was in your office. And
If
if
you
you
had a
didn't like what
problem,
I said, or if you didn't want to do what I asked you to do, I'm not your boss. I'm your colleague. I'm your peer. And so all you had to do was say, hey, yeah, I'm not able to do that. Hey, I don't feel like I'm equipped to do that. If you are a mediocre ass bitch and you can't do your job, say that.
damn, Ronnie, you
You just say
can't.
that. If you are mediocre on your best day and you are unable to do your job, say that shit. Don't make it seem like, oh, I'm being asked to do this and that. Because chick, it's your job.
Mm,
And if you can't do your job, then say
mm.
that. But don't make it seem like this, that, and the third. So you know I got a meeting tomorrow at work, first thing in the morning. So you already know I'm going in with my burn up energy and I'm gonna check these hoes because I am sick of these bitches not doing their job, being mediocre at best,
Mm,
on their best day, mediocre. And I ain't seen a
mm,
best day yet.
mm,
And then you want to talk behind my back about the things that you're being told to do that are your job. It's not
mm.
like I'm asking you to park the cars at the school. It's not like I'm asking you to fly the spaceship to the moon. I'm asking you something
You to
to do
do your
something that
job.
is your job, but you don't want to do your job because you're a mediocre, basic ass bitch. You don't want to do your job. But then you want to talk
Mm,
behind my back because you could have said it to my face. That's
mm.
my whole thing. Like, whatever it is, like we peers. I'm not your boss. I can't write you up. I can't suspend you. I'm not
But
gonna
I
knock
can
your
hold you
head.
accountable.
I can't even
If
hold
you
you
get
accountable.
You can. You trying to tell her that she need to do her motherfucking job. That's holding her as much of the accountability you can hold her.
That all I can do is tell you what was decided by leadership in the building, and my job was to go talk to you about it, problem solve with you, and you was like, "Oh yeah, I'll do this, I'll do that." Da, 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 da. You said you were going to do the things, and then you bitched and complained and moaned about doing your job to three different people, and in that time, because you're complaining you don't have the time to do it, but in that time where you bitched to this person and bitched to that person and complained and griped and moaned and bitched to that person, you could have already done what was asked of you.
Mm, mm.
So for the people out there, don't be a mediocre ass, basic ass bitch. Do
Ah.
your job. And that's it. You won't burn me up.
Ooh,
And that's that on that.
Ronnie.
I'm done. I'm done. I just had to get it off my chest. I'm burnt up still, but now I know when I go in there tomorrow, how I'm gonna check these hoes.
Well, Ronnie, you got to do it in a professional way.
They better be glad the liquor will be done worn off because it'll be very professional, but they will know exactly who I'm talking to and talking about. And I'm going to say it in front of the whole department because y'all hoes need to know. Don't play in my face. Play with your mama, play with your vagina, play outside. Don't play with me.
And that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Facts. But I remember, I want to circle back real quick. There's one thing that we forgot to ask.
What?
Aaron, what did you bring to the fire pit?
You know what I brought? I brought a little smoky smoke and I brought a little Crown Peach with a little bit of Sprite. That's my new drink.
Mm.
I got two new ones. I like the Crown Peach with Sprite and I like the Jack Honey with Sprite.
Oh, that Jack Honey is a little sweet for me. It's a
That's
little
why you
sweet for my
dilute
life.
it. You just dilute it with a little Sprite, little
Mm.
something. Just to
Okay.
get a little. Oh, it goes a long way.
Okay.
Ronnie, what did you bring?
I had to bring Old Faithful
Oh,
because these bitches tried me today. They tried me. They didn't know they tried me, but they're gonna know tomorrow morning. But so I just brought I brought Crown Apple and some cranberry juice.
mm,
I'm on my third one,
mm.
maybe fourth or fifth one today. But yeah.
We stopped counting after two.
We stopped counting up to two. But yes, but that was it. That burned me up. I do feel better, but I'm gonna feel even betterer, more betterist tomorrow when I check these hoes. So
You got to first. You can't go in there calling them hoes.
I will try.
It, wa-
That's what I can promise. I will try.
Ronnie, these
Hmm.
good white people gonna kick you out of their school.
They can't. My contract ain't with them, it's with the district.
Oh God, Ronnie.
See, when
You
you
need
know
to,
your
you need me
job,
to drive up there and be a mediator? Do
nope,
I need to mediate some shit?
nope. I don't want no mediator. I don't. I don't want nobody mediate me. That's why I tell none of them bitches what I was gonna do tomorrow.
Cause I'm glad the liquor gonna be ward off. Cause Roddy, if that liquor was still in your system, you'd be trying to make them cry.
That's always my goal. That's always my goal. So if it happens tomorrow, I will walk out the room and I will say, "You can cry, but you don't need an audience to cry. Let me know when you're finished." And I'm walking out.
Oh Lord, Roddy. All
Yeah.
right, guys. So if you work for the school systems and you can use a fine counselor like Ronnie, he might be taking applications soon.
Starting in the spring, y'all holla at me. But anyways, I digress. That was a good episode. Thank you so much for sharing, Aaron. I can't wait to the next one.
Yes, sir.
But until then, you make sure that anytime you with us, you always have your drink
And or smoke.
and come
I'm
sit
sick.
at the
At
fire
the
pit.
fire pit.